Eminem and Paul Rosenberg have to personally approve everything. So I'm telling everybody, like, Eminem chose me.
I sit down with Australian hip-hop legend, DJ Nino Brown.
I think there was something like 87,000 people. It was insane.
He explains what it was like touring with Eminem and shares some crazy stories from when he met other hip-hop icons. What conversation was going on in this moment?
Oh, wow. Let's go, Rush!
Hey brother, come in, man.
How's things?
Feeling you.
Good to see you, bro.
Sounds up to the YouTube.
What up, what up, what up?
DJ Nino Brown, welcome to the show, my man.
Thanks for having me, bro. It's been too long.
Yeah, it has. So, do you like to be called an Australian hip-hop legend or icon? How do you feel about that tagline?
Hey, man, they all sound pretty good to me.
So look, firstly, I just want to give you some love. I've never told you this story, but when I was 15 years old, I bought my first pair of turntables. And so I'd be at my mum's house practicing in my room every day, and I bought your mixtape, and that's what I would listen to and study. So you were one of my biggest inspirations growing up. So I just want to thank you and show some love.
Yeah, like the heaps of people I looked up to, so I know how you feel, because I feel like that about other DJs too. So yeah, man, much respect.
All right, so we're gonna start off by, I'm gonna show you a photo,
yeah,
and we're gonna go back to a iconic moment in your career, 2019. So tell me about
2019 Eminem tour. Man, that was definitely a career highlight. I always tell this story that Eminem toured, I think in 2014 or 15 with Kendrick and J. Cole. And my manager told me that it came down between me and M Phases. And M Phases had produced a track for M.
Ah, that's right.
And they put him on the tour. Much love to M Phases, and he and I are friends, and he knows his story. But like, I was dirty because, you know, I mean, he's a phenomenal producer. But in my mind, I was like, yeah, but I'm the DJ guy and I will just do so much damage on that stage. So yeah, it was a bit dirty, but when M came back around and then they let me know and they reached out, it was really like about a week out and they still sort of hadn't confirmed. And apparently Eminem and Paul Rosenberg have to personally approve everything.
Oh wow, so Eminem had to approve you being on the tour.
Yeah, so, you know, so I'm telling everybody, like, Eminem chose me. But no, so I really only got the confirmation about a week out, and the touring company, TEG, they were like, you know, they're like super professional. And it was by far my best touring experience. It was just a dream come true.
And let's talk about the size of the crowd, particularly the one in Melbourne.
I was told it was the biggest crowd of all time at the MCG, and the records recently, I think, were one of the Bushfire Appeal events, had the record, and I think Madonna smashed the record, but then yeah, M took it, and I think there was something like 87,000 people. It was insane. And the set right before Hilltop Hoods, that was basically my last time on stage, and it was just bananas. Like, but after the Hoods performed, the stage got cleared because Eminem performed with Alchemist DJing, but he had an orchestra. So they had to sort of like get everyone off, and things changed, and it was just a massive production. It was insane, dude. Like, apparently there was not enough sound gear in any one city to do this thing. So it would be like Wednesday, Brisbane, and then Friday, Sydney, because they had to combine stuff from all over the country and then ship it. It was insane, bro. Like, it was a dream come true. And the only problem I got now is this, like, I don't know what's going to outdo that feeling.
Yeah.
You know? Like, go and play at someone's party. Hey, I love playing at your party, man, but you got 600 people. It's cute. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I've heard about is his security just ridiculous? Because I heard that he gets escorted off the stage with police, and is that true?
He had a couple of the big, tall monster guards that they do. But man, that guy had like bodyguards. They were like proper soldier guys. You know what I mean?
So what I want to know is, how do you prepare as a DJ for a gig knowing that there's going to be 87,000 people there? Like, in terms of your playlist, or like, because it's one thing to, like, say, play at a club to 600 people, and it's a completely different thing to play to 87,000 people. So do you structure your set differently, play different types of music?
It's funny because some DJs plan all their sets, as you know, right? I've never done that because I can't tell if I'm playing at a club or a festival, you know. I can't plan what I'm doing because I don't know what you're going to do if you're on before me, right? So at a concert, because I was doing all the slots, I could plan it out a little. And then with M as well, I did have to actually submit my playlists because they wanted to make sure I wasn't playing music from any artist that they may not like.
Ah, of course.
Because sometimes, for example, when I toured with 50 Cent, on the first night I might have played Still Dre, and they were kind of like, oh, hey, don't play no shady Aftermath music. I'm like, cool. And it was funny, one of 50's guys got a little salty at first, and I was like, happy to help, bro, but if you don't tell me, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? And so with M's thing, I was like, hey, is there stuff you don't want? And they were kind of like, yeah, let us know what you want to play. And you know, I wasn't playing any Ja Rule records. To be honest, probably wasn't going to play anyway.
How do you essentially land that slot touring with Eminem? Because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to be like, how can I get there one day?
I always tell them it's just the longevity. You have to put the work in, you have to build the reputation. And I'm a big believer in the right people getting the right things, you know? And that goes back to what I said before about Eminem. When he came in 2015, I thought if he doesn't come back for 10 years, maybe in 2025, I'm not the right guy now, you know?
Yeah.
So look, don't get me wrong, as blessed as I was to get on that tour, I hands down believe I was the right person for the tour, you know? And obviously Em and Paul Rosenberg did too, and their whole camp. And you know, just what I've done over the years, I've done my albums, I've toured with a lot of big artists. Obviously I've done it more than once, so they know I know how to act properly, act professional, and just that putting in that consistency, you know? And at the same time, being dope at your craft. Like sometimes people blow up and then they stop honing their skills, you know?
You've toured with 50 Cent, Jay-Z, all these big people.
Yeah.
But the opportunities, like more opportunities start opening up once you toured with Eminem?
It definitely did things to my profile, 100%. Every chance I got, I was telling people. But, you know, it definitely got me some gigs where they're like, oh man, you tour with Eminem. So I knew that's what made them want to bring me to their city. So it always opens doors, man. And it's great on the resume, you know?
So Nino, tell me, what's your thoughts on vinyls?
I hate vinyl.
Why?
Everyone loves vinyl because you never owned vinyl. Everyone loves vinyl because you weren't a DJ. If you were a DJ and you had like 80 of these things and you had to like have a big house to put them in, it's a pain, bro. I love Serato. Serato, God bless. You changed lives. Carrying these things, that's why all of us are a little... You seen Peter Guns? That guy carried a lot of crates, bro.
I want to know what conversation was going on in this moment.
Oh, wow. Okay, so that was the very first concert I've ever played at. It was the first time Snoop had come to Australia. Tupac had been killed, and I remember at the time because he had armed security, which in Australia we'd never really seen before. I'd never heard of or seen before. And I just remember them being blazed. Like there was a lot of weed. And it's funny, people don't know this about me, but I love to smoke weed. I just choose not to because I'm not very productive the day after. But I definitely had a contact high, and I wanted a photo with Snoop. Bad. Back to your question of what was the conversation that was happening, is that I was trying to get a photo with Snoop, and we were talking a little bit. He was just super high. I don't think the guy could really talk much. And so I think what that photo was, I sort of grabbed him by his elbow, and I think he was kind of looking at me like, what the fuck? Like,
Look, I want to talk to you about longevity because you've been in the game for such a long time and you've stayed successful the whole time. What's your like secret to success and keeping that longevity and staying relevant?
it's funny, ego's a beautiful thing and a wicked thing at the same time. So managing your ego, I think, is very important. And what I mean by that is sometimes, when you're on stage, your ego needs to be full blast. You are whoever you are on stage. When you're performing, that's your stage. Fuck everyone else. I'm walking out there, I'm the hungry lion, I'm gonna eat everybody else. I'm coming out there super arrogant. I'm gonna deliver the best show possible. I'm gonna try and make everyone else look bad. That's what hip hop's supposed to be. Off stage, man, every day I wake up and I look at myself in the mirror, I'm like, why should anyone give a fuck about you? Why should they care about what you're doing? So I make sure I'm doing stuff to make people interested in what I'm doing. And I wanna make sure that I'm relevant, I'm interesting. And like you said, I've been doing this a long time, I've been doing this over 20 years. Why should somebody that's 16 give a fuck about me? Well, I'm gonna do some entertaining shit so they do, I think the reason why I'm a success and many other DJs and all the DJs I've mentioned tonight are still successful is because we love what we do. I'll be doing this shit when I'm not successful. If I've got to take a job somewhere, I'm still gonna be doing all this because this is what I am. This is who I am.
You've met a huge range of, incredible talent and famous people over the years.
Yeah.
Who has touched you and inspired you the most?
Look, I'm a massive Jay-Z fan, and I've told this story a couple of times. So I was DJing for a group called Smash Proof, who were from New Zealand, and it was in the contract that we had to leave the backstage area as soon as we were done. But I wanted to hang out because I just wanted to see Jay. And I remember standing in the doorway of our dressing room because Jay would walk past every night when he entered the venue. I remember kind of calling back to them to sort of be quiet because we were supposed to have left. And he would walk past and sort of give me a fist bump every day on it, and a nod and a hello, what's up on the way in every night. And I was so excited, you know. And Jay's just, I mean, from what we see online, Jay's cool, but even like off camera, Jay is just fucking cool. Like, he didn't have his name on the dressing room. Like, one night would just be like the Batman thing or something cool every night. That was Jay's room, you know. I think it was before he married Beyonce, so she was just walking around. She was there like as his girl.
Oh wow.
And she'd just be walking around, and that was the reason originally why we're supposed to leave the backstage area, because everyone thinks backstage is partying and hanging out, but really it's people getting ready for the show, so they want to walk around and not be bothered. But we knew how to act, so we weren't bothering them. We weren't asking people for photos or autographs or nothing. But Beyonce would walk around and she was like just so nice, and she'd just say hello, and like that sort of stuck with me as well. She seemed just like such a nice, beautiful soul, you know what I mean?
Well, that's cool. Well, fast forward to, I guess, December 2022. You just released a new album, Trailblazin. What's the difference between Trailblazin and what you've done in the past?
Yeah, so Trailblazin's a full-length, fully produced album of all original music.
You produced all the beats?
I produced all the beats. There's one track I didn't produce at all, which is called Real Love ? And that was produced by my guy 2K2 Beats. You know, part of what I'm trying to do with Trailblazin is blow up artists that people may or may not know. People may know me, be like, oh, Nino Brown, yeah, he's dope, we love what he does, we'll listen to Trailblazin, and then they discover some new artists. And then with everybody on there, I tried to do something with them that they may ordinarily not do, because that's the beauty of collaboration, you know? But yeah, shouts to my guy Rona Main, he co-produced a lot of it with me, so what that means is he fixed up all the things I messed up. Yeah man, Trailblazin, it's out now. Don't fuck your life up. Stop what you're doing. Stop this, press pause, go listen to Trailblazin. And yeah, it's definitely, I'm super proud of it, man. Like sonically, it's super now in terms of the sound. And it's got a bit of everything for every time of the night, every vibe you need.